You went the wrong way.
Hey, there you go. We
Hello.
made it.
Sorry, I'm
I'm
still learning my
back.
way around our new situation, or new station, rather.
It's okay.
So what's going on?
I
So
am back.
this here is
I have another issue.
Violet Malrose, and she
Uh-huh.
was kidnapped tonight. Pertaining to a previous investigation that had happened, if you would like, you can pull up report number 7062, and that'll tell you the preliminary information I have. Correction, 82. My bad. It's gonna be the top one there.
7082.
And that corresponds to like an old case as well, tied into this whole kidnapping situation. I have no idea what the court case is called because it was dropped today. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, it's the one we were talking about earlier with Azalea, Miss Kingston.
I don't believe I was here for that, so let me get to speed.
I went ahead and I removed her ankle monitor earlier on today, approximately 2 to 3 hours ago.
Yeah, you were there for like maybe like 5-ish, 10-ish minutes.
Yeah.
Who was yelling? Who was that?
That's somebody out front. I've asked that someone go and do a weapons license for him over the radio, but no one is answering me. Like, all freaking day.
Oh, the person asking for a weapons license?
Yep.
Oh no, that was me.
No, there's someone else out there screaming for a weapons license.
Oh, well, initially it was me. I was just
Oh,
fucking
initially
with
it was
you guys.
you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just fucking with you guys.
That's Fanny.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Oh,
Is
right.
she asking for
man.
someone with a wheelchair? 1 second. 1 second.
Who is in that piece of shit car? Who is that?
Is that y'all screaming?
Oh, hey, Blanco!
Is that you guys screaming?
Hey, Blanco!
I can hear you all the way in the supervisor's office.
Have fun, Blanco!
Yeah, gotcha.
With a blunt object and
Okay.
left in a barn.
Correct.
Okay.
I can tell you what the blunt object was as well.
What was it?
It was a crowbar.
Okay.
I think I do have the one of the individuals' name. I believe he did say it was his name, but I'm not too sure. Like possibly
So
a
you
clue.
had mentioned that this was related to a prior incident. Can you explain that to me?
Yes, it had to do with a court case I had with it was like a couple days ago, and we just had the charges dropped today. It was prior to the click levers incident with pipe down, kind of. It was about a male individual saying basically about bomb threats at click levers, and then it escalated to pipe down because we had to close click levers to go to pipe down, and then we went to pipe down. He continually harassed me at click levers and to pipe down, and then he harassed my boss as well on the top of that. Like it was a whole like ordeal.
Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Correct. Go ahead.
Love, are you recording any of this?
Yes, I am currently
Okay,
recording.
perfect. I just want
I
to make
just
sure
got back in
somebody's
here, but
recording.
I'm currently recording.
Have you been advised of your rights just yet? Ma'am?
Which ones by chance?
Have you been read your Miranda rights?
I have not.
I have not read them.
So I'm going to go ahead and read you your rights just in case anything that you tell us leads to any further investigation. It allows us to consider the information that you give us admissible in court. Okay. So I'm just going to read this to you real quick. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to representation by an attorney, and if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you by the state of San Andreas if available. Do you understand?
Correct. Yes, I do.
Perfect. And bearing your rights in mind, do you still wish to speak to me and my fellow officer today?
Correct.
Perfect. Okay. So now that that's out of the way, the court case, are you the plaintiff or the defendant?
It was the ooh.
The defendant would mean that you are the one defending yourself. You have charges being laid on, pressed on you that you are contesting. The plaintiff is the accusatory party.
I was the defendant.
Okay. And what were you being charged with?
Ooh, there was a few on there. I think there was a charge of what was it? It was attempted murder. I
Okay.
don't know what the other ones are, to be fair.
And I haven't caught your name just yet. I'm Captain Bowers. My badge number is 106. In case you need anything from me after we're done talking here today. What is your name, ma'am?
I'm Violet Melrose.
And do you prefer Violet or do you prefer Miss Melrose?
Oh, Violet, it's fine.
Okay, Violet. So explain to me how this gentleman harassing and calling in bomb threats was that the precursor to whatever it was that you did that led to charges being pressed against you?
It was due to, so basically the whole incident happened. Actually there was a few officers that were there at
Are
the
you the
time as
lady?
well.
Can I stop you? Are you
Yeah.
the lady who said my boss told me to do it? Is that you? I'm not judging. I'm genuinely asking.
Yes.
Okay. I thought that might. Okay, this is all the reason that I'm asking. I swear to God, I'm not poking fun at you. I'm not going anywhere with that. It's just I remember when this first came across my desk, and it's helping me connect the dots here. So the gentleman was calling in bomb threats to click lovers and pipe down, and then you more or less kind of took it into your own hands, right? You dealt with it.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. And obviously, that's a court case that has already come and gone for you.
Yes.
So we don't need to worry about anything further coming of that. What I am curious about is this is the same gentleman that kidnapped you this evening.
I believe so because he brought up he knew the incident, and I don't know how he knew the incident, but he seemed like he knew the incident very well because I feel like he's tied into that whole court case ordeal.
I'm sure he is. What was it that he said to you that indicated he might be familiar with the incident?
He said snitches get stitches, and then something about click levers. He said click levers, and then bomb threats.
Okay. Can you try to remember maybe a little bit more specifically what he said? If not, that's okay.
He said that's what you get from click levers, and I was like, okay.
Now, are you an employee of both Click Levers and Pipe Down?
I was an employee of click levers at the time.
So when he said that's what you get from Click Levers, is he implying that he was acting on behalf of Click Levers? Is that what it sounded like to you? Or was he just referring to the incident that occurred with Click Levers and Pipe Down?
I think he was referring to the incident with pipe
Right.
down and
So
click levers.
he wasn't implying that he was acting on behalf of the business.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to ask you some questions. Just again, bear your rights in mind. You do not have to answer any of the questions that I ask. You are welcome to invoke your Fifth Amendment right at any time. Are you aware of any gang affiliations that this gentleman might have?
Not that I know of. There's no indications of any gang related.
You haven't seen him flying any colors or anything? He doesn't have a particular color on his vehicle that might match some of his clothing or anything like that?
No, I think it's just all like honestly, they were just all in black cars. Like it was
Oh, so
blacked
this
out
was
tint and
multiple
blackout car.
people?
Yes, it was 3 individuals. One individual took me, and then 2 other individuals came as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Were they male or female, the other two?
I believe they were all males, to be fair, because the one that kidnapped me was a male, and then he was talking to the other male person.
Okay. And while you were in captivity, I'm gonna assume well, first of all, where did they approach you initially?
So
Today?
the one that took me was a one person. It was just an
Mhm.
emerald bar. I didn't
Mhm.
know what was happening, and then
Were you inside the bar? Were you outside of the bar?
I
Where
was
were you?
outside the bar.
And what were you doing at the time?
I was closing up shop, and then I got
You're busy. You
yeah.
have 3 jobs. My goodness.
Yeah.
So you were closing up the bar, and then this gentleman approached you. Was he on foot or in a vehicle?
Technically, he was in a vehicle.
Did he exit the vehicle to interact with you, or did he interact with you from inside of the vehicle?
He interacted with outside the vehicle.
Okay, so he stepped out of the vehicle.
Correct.
Did he present a firearm? Did he point it at you?
He didn't do that until apparently the beach. The beach is where it happened mostly.
So what did he say or do to coerce you into the vehicle?
He just asked me what my name was, and then like I kind of fell for the whole like how do I explain this like the spiritual like if you were speaking about it, it's like the spiritual, get in the car type of like, oh, like this person is like a like wants to meet you type of ordeal, like a first date type of thing. That's what I thought it was kind of like.
Okay. So you thought maybe he was being flirtatious, making a pass at you, that sort of
Correct.
thing. Not to be
Correct.
crude, but um and please, everything that you say here goes down into my notes. All this information is strictly confidential. There's nothing that we haven't seen or heard or dealt with before. We take confidentiality very seriously around here, so don't be afraid to give details. This is all professional.
Correct.
So, so what exactly did he say to you before you entered the vehicle? He just asked you for your name.
He asked me for my name, asked me certain things as like, what do you like to do, things like that, like what do you do in the city, etc. Like
Mhm,
normal meet to meet person, like one-on-one person like
mhm.
contact.
Did he ask you at any point to get into the vehicle?
No.
Okay. So you entered the vehicle of your own accord. You just kind of hopped in.
Yes, because I'm still new to the city, and I thought like,
Sure, sure. And again, I'm not judging. I am just I'm a detective within our criminal investigations division. So when I have questions to ask, I usually have a lot of them, and they're very specific. There's a method to my madness. So just bear with me. Um,
1 second.
Chief, Chief, you're welcome
Oh,
to come in if you'd
okay.
like.
I'm just observing.
Of course. So back to the questions at hand. So you willingly entered the vehicle of your own accord, and then you said he took you to the beach.
correct.
Which beach did he take you to? You can give an
Vespucci
approx.
Beach.
Did he drive straight there?
He drove around for a few, and then he
Mhm.
got there.
Did he circle around any particular places? Did he linger anywhere?
Let me see. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me think.
No, you're good.
He was kind of like circling around near what is it, Puff Puff Pass area, like Puff Puff and like where Burger Shot would be, like around that location where the clothing store is, like around that rotation. Before he went onto the highway to get to the beach. If that makes sense. That little, what do you call it? Like underpass thing to the houses
Yeah,
on the side of the beach.
yeah, yeah. Where did he pull out onto the beach? Did he stay on like a side road? Where did he stop?
He went on the street, or he went on the highway, or whatever you want to call that, like type of underpass, and then he went through the little tiny parking lot near the
Like
pier.
down by the pier?
Yeah, and
Yeah, okay, I know
then
exactly where you're talking about. A lot of people metal detect a lot down there, right?
I believe
Like
so. Yes.
just past that little parking lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and then obviously at some point he stopped the vehicle. What happened when he stopped the vehicle?
He said we were going for a walk, and then I was confused because he apparently said he wanted to go walk and talk.
Mhm.
And then that's when I felt slightly, I was like, this is kind of like giving me like the what do you call it? Like a
Heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, like an indication of like a trigger of some sort.
Yeah,
And I
your
was
gut's telling you something's wrong.
yeah.
Okay. And at what point did he present a firearm?
It's when I got out of the vehicle and they like walked maybe 2 to 3 steps.
Mhm.
Of another vehicle underneath the pier itself came out.
So as the other vehicle came out, he presented a firearm.
Correct.
What
The
kind
other
of a
individual.
firearm was it?
It looks like a suppressed type of gun.
Was
I
it
can.
like, okay, I'm gonna show you something here.
Okay,
Was
go ahead.
it something like this? Was it like a pistol
It was
or
like a pistol or some sort.
so it looked kind of like that and it looked like it had a suppressor on the end, like a long
Correct.
black like can sort of looking thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was a legal firearm. If I can.
So he presented the firearm, the other vehicle pulled out. Did he point the firearm at you at any point in time?
Say that one more time.
Did he point the firearm at you?
Correct. With the other individual as well. And then I don't know where the other guy came from.
So there was a second vehicle with one person and a third person came from somewhere else?
Yes, I have no clue where the other one came out of.
Okay. And did the second person that pulled out from under the pier also present a firearm?
Correct. It looked like it has the same weapon as well. Same
Mhm.
like
With the
pistol with the same
suppressor and all
suppressor.
that?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Were their guns painted any particular color?
It looked like it was full on like metal, like silver, like
Mhm.
full on like
Okay.
kind of shiny in a way.
And you mentioned all blacked out vehicles. Were they SUVs,
There
sedans,
were
sports cars?
there were like 2 doors.
Two doors, so a coupe. Were they real fancy or a little more modest?
It was like modest. Like I could tell you, like one of the cars looked like actually maybe two of the cars because they look the same. It looks like a spiritual Genesis kind of like a G
Like a Premier or a tailgater, maybe?
possibility. I think it's a tailgater
It
possibility.
might be a
You're talking
tailgater.
two-door, right?
Yeah,
There's going
maybe
Correct.
to
like a
be one
tailgater
called
S.
a Vector. It's called a Vectre. It's
Hold
a
on,
two-door sports
let
car.
me give it a look. Give me a second.
Mhm.
Two-door sports car. It would have a blue L-shaped badge in the front of it. Looks kind of long. Sporting usually anywhere between a V8 and a V12.
Hold on,
Two-door sports
let
car.
me give it a look. Give me a second.
Mhm.
Two-door sports car. It would have a blue L-shaped badge in the front of it. Looks kind of long. Sporting usually anywhere between a V8 and a V12.
It was either one of those or it was a something called a Fathom FR36 kind of.
Mm. Okay. So the other car pulls out. This third person comes seemingly out of nowhere, and all three of them are pointing firearms at you.
Oh, sorry. This is
You're okay.
spasm.
It happens. It happens.
But yeah, like they all had weapons. So first one was the one that took me on the ride. That was the
Mhm.
first one. Then the second one came out in his vehicle, pulled out a gun as well, and then the third one had it also. And then I believe the second person had a gun at me, but like I guess got close to me and then put a bag over my head. I didn't know where I was going after that.
Okay.
I think we stopped at
And
the gas station. I think near the way by the Lotus 9 block
mhm.
before
And
going towards.
if you need to take a moment or anything like that at any point in time, just let me know. That's perfectly fine. Can you walk me through what happened next?
Um, so I get bagged on my head. I think we stop at a gas station. He checks for something. I don't know what he's checking for. Um, then after he drives somewhere, I believe wherever the barn is. I don't know where the heck I was at up there. She probably does. I don't remember. Um, I know it's like somewhere near the freeway. There was a barn up there somewhere.
Hmm.
And after we got there, I was told to get out of the vehicle and then into a corner, and then got smacked with a crowbar. Strikes 2 times.
Did they pull the bag off your head at any point?
Yes, I seen exactly what happened at the barn.
Okay. So when you entered the barn, they pulled the bag off of your head.
Correct.
Okay. And you said they struck you twice.
Correct. The main person that took me was the one that striked me twice with
He
the
was
crowbar.
the assailant. Okay.
Yes,
Did
correct.
they say anything to you during that part of the incident?
He was telling me about something about snitches get stitches, and then he was talking about click levers as the business. He was like, "This
Okay.
is what happens when you snitch about uh the incident at click levers," because apparently he knew about the incident at click levers.
Okay. So what is it other than that that might lead you to believe that this is the same gentleman who is making bomb threats?
Well, at the time of the click levers incident, he did have a co-person. He did have another person in the vehicle with him as well at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's like his getaway driver, because
Mm-hmm.
yes, because the other person stayed in the car, and I feel like it's the same car as the last time.
Okay. Is there anything else about him that struck you as familiar? A particular type of voice, accent, any tattoos that stood out to you, particular type of haircut, style of clothing?
His haircut was kind of short, so it was like a short on the sides and like kind of tall. Like it's kind of like how do I describe this? It's like it's not a mohawk. It's like a kind of like the front of the hair. It's like kind of sticking up, kind of
Mhm.
like
And is this gentleman Caucasian, African American,
he was.
Hispanic?
Well, he seemed like he was white.
Okay, so Caucasian. About how old did he seem to you?
Ooh, I feel like he was probably in his like 20s, maybe.
Early, mid, late?
I feel like mid, but I'm not too sure about that. I can tell you what they were wearing too.
Yeah, what was he wearing?
They
At
were
the
all
time of
in
the kidnapping today.
well, first the guy that took me, he was wearing a wife beater and some type of black pants and some shoes, and he had like an oni type of mask, like one that straps around your head,
Hmm.
and I think a hat to cover his hair, kind of, but you can kind of see his hair through the hat.
Hmm.
And I believe his hair is brown,
Okay.
dark brown.
And did he have visible tattoos?
No, he was covered on all black. Like it looked like he was wearing like maybe like a black tactical like clothes, like
Oh, I thought he was wearing a wife beater.
well, well yeah, but then like later on he wore the black tactical clothes
So he
the
was
with the
wearing a
mask.
wife beater during the click levers incident, and then today he was wearing tactical clothing.
It was all today, so like not the click lovers thing, but like when he picked me up, it was wearing a wife beater.
Gotcha. So he changed clothes at some point, if I'm to
I
understand.
believe so. Yes, I think he did it at the gas station.
Oh, okay. So he changed clothes after Got it. Got it. And
Question 4,
when
backpack
he
one.
was in his previous outfit,
Officer
wearing a
71.
tank top, did he have any visible
Brand
tattoos
bar has
then?
gotta come off of this car. I'm like
No,
2
he
feet
looked like
wider.
he was legit. Like no, there's no tattoos. It was just
I was
like his
having backpack
wrist.
full 80.
Okay. And
What do you mean, bro? You didn't
did
like
he
it?
speak in any
No, like
particular
I just put the ram
way?
bar on
Did
this
he
car, and I'm like
sound
2 feet wide.
maybe a little more affluent? Did he sound? How did he talk? Was he using any?
He kind of sounded like maybe like a younger like person. Like how to explain it? Like if somebody were to like I guess like not I guess hit puberty yet, but close to it. It was like very like slightly high pitch,
Okay.
give or take.
And did he speak with a lot of use of like slang, like AAVE, or was he a little more?
He was
What did
more
he talk
like
like?
he wasn't speaking slang. He was speaking properly, surprisingly.
Okay.
Be sure to make sure that we're not hungry.
Yeah.
Just a heads up.
Okay. And then after they struck you, what happened from there?
I called for her.
Okay. And they just left you there?
Yeah, they left me there.
Love, do you have any other questions?
At this time, I don't believe so. Everything
I
kind of
do
fills
not
in.
either. If there's
I would like to
anything
get a
else,
slightly more description if we possibly can of the vehicle, but if that's not possible, it's totally understandable. I mean, things do happen very quickly.
Oh, if only there's a way to show you what the vehicle kind of looked like.
well, do you collect any security camera footage?
Surprisingly, I did not.
So, if there is anyone around that might have seen what happened at Emerald Bar or anywhere where
Oh
there
yes,
is a visible
there's a few
security
people
camera,
there.
anywhere where there's a visible security camera, right?
I would not know, honestly. That would be probably my boss probably would know.
Mhm. I would talk to your boss and see if they have security cameras set up, and if so, we can probably request that footage to get a better look at the vehicle.
Let me see if I can get a hold of her if she's in city. Hello. Hey, I have a question for you. Do we have any cameras out the building? Like a ammo bar? Oh man. Shoot, okay. Dang, okay. Yeah, because I'm talking to like I have a your girl got kidnapped. I'm not gonna yeah. Yeah, that happened. Dang. Yeah. I might need to talk to you about that too. Yeah, I might need to talk to you about sky stuff if that makes sense. No, it's not. No, it's something else that like I just had a question about something about being added particularly. Like yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
This is your boss, Miss Tsunami.
Yeah.
I just purchased the home from her about 45 minutes ago.
Oh.
Dang it, Bowers! Why'd you have to buy a house at this time, man? Come on.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding. If she was there, right? If she was over there buying a house from, you were buying a house. This
Oh
happened while you
yeah,
were
I
buying the
see what you
house. There's a
mean.
high
I see what
likelihood
you
that she was
mean.
at this place.
Oh boy, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's just been one of those kind of days.
It's okay.
So what I will tell you is this: if you do happen to have memory, maybe a little longer term memory of anything that went on in any area where there is a visible security camera, if you get what I'm saying. There are ways that we can go about getting that footage if you're picking up what I'm laying down.
Yeah, I mean, I do have some suspects that I know of that were there at the time that I did get picked up.
Mm-hmm. There's
They probably
anything that
they probably got more of like a detailed description about that vehicle because I don't technically know what that vehicle is, even though I probably drove at one point, like one of
Mhm.
those, but don't have a clear indication of what the vehicle is called.
Okay. Well, like I said, if you happen to have a longer term memory of anything that happened, and there are parts of that longer term memory where you were anywhere near a visible security camera, we can use that.
Okay,
So I think you understand what I'm saying.
correct.
Okay. Um, Other than that, I have no further questions for you. I appreciate you being willing to talk to us and give us your statement. I will tell you, we do have an active and diligent criminal investigations division that handles exactly this kind of thing. We've got our patrol officers out in the streets, but then we have investigators, detectives, which I mentioned I am one. So we'll be looking into this a little more thoroughly. Um, Love, have you taken down her phone number yet?
I have not.
Okay, let's make sure we get her phone number taken down and her contact information in case we need to reach out and ask you any further questions or call you in to identify, uh, a suspect or anything like that.
Oh, we'll just
Copy.
drop it on over to you. You can just drop me yours and.
Love, are you a probationary investigator?
I am not. No, I have not been accepted. I have put in a thing for it, but I have not been accepted.
Would you like
at
to
all.
be?
I would love to be.
Okay. All right.
I
Give me
think we
one
had
moment.
that conversation before, and you told
I
me to
think we
speak
did.
to 2 individuals, and I have
We did.
spoken to them, but never heard anything back. Is she good, or we got more questions?
No, I'm good with her.
Okay, I'll go ahead and